Rattled and defeated in Central Coast, California, the Anteaters have been challenged to show off their championship resolve. The Highlanders, on the other hand, return home after a narrow defeat in Northridge to a place they have punished the opposition all year long. Courtside with the coach Dave Miller, I'm David Gascon. Thanks for joining us tonight on ESPN. As we go down the final stretch in the Big West Conference regular season, Coach, we do so with a couple teams that mirror each other.
Well, they always say that imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And when you look at UCI, they've been the benchmark of the Big West for the last 6 seasons. Now, UCR, David Patrick, he's stolen those blueprints. They're going to defend, they're going to rebound, and they're going to do it with a big dose of toughness.
Now, there's a lot to chew on in a ball game like this, and we do so with two of the best defenses in the Big West Conference. But first off, for UC Irvine, they have an anchor, and that's Brad Green. We're going to get this thing underway. The opening tip-off is controlled by the home team, UC Riverside, and they're moving from right to left on your screen. Here's Dominic Pickett with the basketball. We'll lead things off for the Highlanders. 14-11 overall this season, but 4-5 in conference play. Off the curl is Martin, left side. Chittum underneath, kick-out pass. Cabellis to the big man McCray, getting surrounded. Shot clock reads at 8. Cabellis lets it fly for 3, and that's how this game starts with the Highlanders 3-0.
Well, David, you saw their MO. They want to get the basketball inside, but they got it to the strong side. They got it to the weak side. They were able to run it. They wanted to see what the coverage was going to be. It was one-on-one. The double came, a nice kick out to Cabellis.
Evan Leonard this season, 11.6 points per game on the campaign for the Anteaters. 15-10 overall, 7-2 the Big West Conference. Leonard for 3. Nice response for the Anteaters.
Almost 2 identical possessions down there. Get the basketball inside. The double came, and you look at the kick out. You've got shooters that are shot ready, target hands, feet set, ready to pull the trigger.
Game just underway. Glad you can be here with us from the SRC Arena. Cabellis, the southpaw. Martin's on the opposite side of him. There's the big man, McCray again, working that left block. No double team coming just yet to help out Green. Now it does come. Here's Pickett outside with 3 to go in the shot clock. Bang!
Big time ball fake by Pickett. They thought there was going to be ball reversal. It's a little show, and then it's a little go. Nothing but net noise.
You know, I didn't get the memo, but I thought this would be a defensive onslaught. So far, 3 shots. All 3 have hit the bottom of the net. 6-3. Torre with the defensive rebound for UC Santa Barbara. Outside Freeman again for 3. Yes. He's 2 of 3 from downtown. Gaucho's back out in front, 8-7.
He certainly could shoot the ball. That's what he was recruited for, but he's one of the best, maybe the best passer on the team. So he's definitely a dual threat on the offensive end.
Carter, cut off, bad pass. He was looking for Cobb to get into the corner. Not on the same page.
And I tell you got to give credit to Freeman, because that's one of the things, as I've watched tape, he's not the best defender, nor is he the worst defender. But that time, he was big, his hands were up, he forced that turnover. That's when you're connected defensively. We talked about that with Long Beach State. But Pasternak, pack line defense, guard the elbows, guard the blocks, and when someone's driving, they have to see a crowd.
We'll see what happens with Joe Pasternak and his squad. 3rd season as head coach of these Gauchos. 58 wins and 27 defeats during his time. Here's Heidegger. Torre, left-handed into the lane. That shot rejected by Joshua Morgan.
Well, he's averaging 2 blocks a game. He's the best in the Big West. Man, is he disruptive in the lane.
Also helps that you're 6'11". Cobb into the key, needed a bounce, didn't get it. Loose ball controlled by Freeman at UC Santa Barbara.
I like the intensity of Freeman today. He's just different than the couple times I've watched him play. He's got great energy, he's focused, and he's using some of his toughness.
Heidegger amongst the trees will dish that ball off, and it's good for another 2. Amadou Sow for the first time here today.
Well, Heidegger known as a shooter, deceptively quick, but I like it when he puts the ball on the floor because he covets contact and he goes to the hole hard.
Cobb outside, Hunter again for 3. Yes.
He can get it going. David, I saw him score 18 points in the first half versus UCLA. You can't let him find that rhythm. I think both teams have to understand where's Freeman, where's Chance Hunter.
Yeah, he was 7 of 15 from outside, good for 20 points in that loss to the Highlanders on Thursday night in 32 minutes of play. So again, right-handed hook shot, that one's pretty.
That's just perfect offensive execution. You got a big-to-big pass, and again, Matt Freeman having an impact on this game as good as anybody else with 10 on the floor.
Got 3 players coming in at the next stoppage. Here's Cobb.
Like to see a little bit more pressure, trace the basketball, have active hands, and then get it to one side and try and keep it on one side.
Cobb looking to penetrate, want to dump it off to Morgan. He finally found him. Morgan, a little bit of separation, kissing it off of window. Diedrich Taylor, the head coach of Cal State Fullerton. Last season, 16-18 overall, but 10-6 in the Big West Conference. They've actually reached the postseason the last 3 years, including a trip to the NCAA tournament. 10 to go in the shot clock for Gonzalez. To Mooney, working baseline, almost a push off. Kohler with 3 to go. 2 to go, 1 to go, doesn't see it. I don't know if that should count.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Didn't blow the whistle, but they escape. Here comes Arnold. Arnold, 1-on-3. Vincent, step on the sideline. No, he traveled.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that shot should have counted either. I didn't think he got it off. But you mentioned Diedrich Taylor. You know, we spent some time talking to him after their shoot-around today, and he said this is the biggest team he's ever put on the floor in his 7 years at Cal State Fullerton, but the worst rebounding team in the 7 years he's been here. So, you know, he's always played small ball, like Houston Rockets are doing nowadays. He's always played that way. This is his biggest team, but for whatever reason, they're not getting the boards, and he's not happy with it.
Mannion, see him dance? That is absolutely ridiculous from the freshman.
He's 19 years old. That's a pro move. You knew he was going to be good. He had that breakout game versus Cal earlier in the year at 21 points, 9 assists with just 1 turnover. Right then, you knew he was going to be special.
I know you're a gamer, so you can appreciate this. It's like the toggle on the joystick, right?
Do people know what a joystick is nowadays? We don't have Atari anymore.
Well, you know, PlayStation, Xbox.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just messing.
Man, making me feel old.
Well, I mean, but when you play an Xbox or PlayStation, do you call it a joystick?
Yeah.
It's called a joystick still.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like ColecoVision. Atari.
8-bit video games. We could go back to Bird versus Magic. I don't care.
Well, maybe our audience will.
74% free throw shooter on the season. He misses that one as soon as I say it. And a career high 26 points against Pepperdine earlier this year.
Patience and poise. Run a little side ball screen. Now get somebody inside.
Cabellas, the check down to McCray. Weak side, Evan Leonard. Great defense to bounce off the big man's quad.
It was, but the problem I have, catch it high, keep it high. You know, sometimes bigs want to bring it down and they want to go from 7'1", you know, to 6'4". Don't let those little itty-bitty guys get a hand on the ball.
Are you blaming that on the receiver, not the quarterback?
Well, first of all, I'm a coach. I don't place blame because when you point at one,
sure,
you got 3 pointing back. It just didn't work, but I liked what they were trying to do.
Fair enough. Velt, fake a pass, penetrate, left hand. That's nice.
It's a big-time move. Big-time move. Taking what the defense gives him, he was able to will that in.
So there's been some offensive lulls by the Anteaters along with the Highlanders, but things have calmed down now as we're near 4 minutes to play in regulation.
There's so much time in this basketball game. It's going to come down to the separation defensively. Who can get stops, who can control the glass, wins this game.
Cabellas, the southpaw, lets it rip.